Tonight, we're getting a clearer picture about whether South Carolina was deliberately targeted by hackers during the 2016 election.
In a Wall Street Journal report last week, it said there were 150,000 attempts to hack into South Carolina's voter database on Election Day. But officials with the Election Commission say that doesn't tell the whole story. 7 News reporter Dave Jordan looking into this for us tonight. He's joining us live from Greenville, and he has details. Dave.
Well, Tom, earlier this year, the State Election Commission told one of the Legislative Oversight Committee about the attempts to access voter registration. Now, I used the word access instead of hacking because the commission says whether those attempts were deliberate is unclear. As the investigation into Russian meddling into last year's presidential election continues, South Carolina finds itself in the national spotlight. The question tonight, did hackers deliberately target South Carolina's voter database?
We can't assign motives to any of them, whether benign or bad, or whether someone trying to hack the system. Not saying that none of those could have been that. We just can't say that any of them were.
Last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that 150,000 hacking attempts took place in the Palmetto State on Election Day as thousands of South Carolinians cast their ballot. But Chris Whitmore with the South Carolina Election Commission told me by phone today that those attempts to access the voter database could have been web bots designed to spot vulnerabilities in the system or legitimate users who mistyped a password. What is key, Whitmore says, is that the firewall which blocks unauthorized users from accessing that information worked.
Whether it was 10 unauthorized attempts or 10,000 or 100,000 or 200,000, the fact that they were all blocked is important.
Not 4 digits.
We spoke with Greenville County Director of Elections Conway Belangia to see whether someone could have accessed the database through county offices. He tells us the county system is tethered to the state system, and given the multiple levels of encryption, unauthorized access is highly unlikely.
So it has to be one of our computers that's noted, a user ID that's noted, and an encryption ID that is noted. And if those 3 things don't match up, we don't get in. They have really put in a lot of safeguards to make sure that our information is protected.
And those safeguards were installed several years ago after someone attempted to hack into the database. They were successful when they got tax records. The commission tells us that there is also a team in place monitoring all of these election commission and all of these hacking attempts or alleged hacking attempts. That team comprised of federal and state authorities. Back to you.